You give me a vibe and a feeling like one I won't ever see again. This music, like I said, she won't heal it. Like one I won't ever see again. We blow the smoke.
Hello, my queens and kings. It's your girl Maroon Nikki back again, time and time again with another video. Yeah, okay. So it's another Wednesday. Yeah, I said it like that. It's another Wednesday though. I hope you're comfortable. I hope you got everything set up, and I hope you have your wine poured, because I know I do. Drinking red again. My loyal royals, y'all already know what I need y'all to do. Go ahead and like this video, share it with your friend. Hope you have your glass. Make sure you got your food set up, everything. Make sure you smoked and all that good stuff, all of that, okay? Make sure you have it in order before we move forward. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Go ahead and push that like button, push that subscribe button, and push that post notification bell so you can receive a notification of my post when I post, baby, because I know the loyal royals know, everybody already knows, but you you'll love it here. And if you don't know, now you know. Okay, I know I haven't done this for quite some Wednesdays, because every time I try to do it, something was always going wrong. So now I'm gonna start reviewing it. I know I didn't want to, but I'm gonna have to start reviewing them, because I don't want to sit here wasting my time reading it thinking that it's gonna be a good video, and then I get halfway through it and I realize it's no good. So you don't also have to send me stories. You can also ask for advice and different things like that. Anything that you want to know from myself and the loyal royals as well, go ahead and send that to my email, DearNickeisha@gmail.com. I will put it in the description box below and below right here on the screen. If you managed to misspell it when I gave you the option to copy and paste it, then I can't help you. Okay, so now before we get started, how y'all doing? I hope y'all having a great Wednesday. I'm just giving y'all a little love and a little energy to get through the rest of the week, honey, because I know it's probably been hard. Wednesdays is one of them days where you just want to get the week over with. You're kind of tired now. You've been busting your ass for 3 whole days, okay? For our subscriber special today, we will be giving advice, y'all. All right, so we have a story sent in and they want to know our input and what we think. So before we get started, let's go ahead and clink them glasses. Cheers, y'all. Let's take our first sip. Woo, loosen up. And let's get started. This one is titled, "Are My Friends Gay and Don't Realize It, or They Just Don't Fuck With Me?" Dear Nikki, hey, I can't believe I'm emailing you. I love you and your content. In your videos, you talk to your audience as if you're face to face with us, so I'm gonna try to give you the same energy. Yes, much appreciated. This isn't necessarily a story time. This is some info about what's currently going on with me, and I need some advice from both you and the fellow loyal royals. Everybody clock in, listen closely. So let's start from the beginning. Virtual school is over, and my city is making us go back to regular school. Not only am I going to a regular school, I'm going to a new school, and I honestly don't like this school. Ain't shit there for me. When I found out I had to go to this school, I cried, and I'm not even a crybaby. I went from going to a good one that's hard to get into to a place full of BS. Before I even started attending school, I hated it. But I realized that I'm going to be spending the rest of my high school there, and I might as well try to make the best of it. So I did my research, and their website and flyers make the school look so nice and stuff, and gave me false hope. The building is big, old as fuck, even considered a landmark, underpopulated, and dead. You got teachers seeing rat droppings and shit in the classrooms, paint peeling off the wall, beat up equipment and textbooks from the 2000s. I even hate going to the bathroom because you can hear the pipes and the noises through the walls, and it's giving me Candyman vibes. What even makes it worse is that this place is in Chicago, where Candyman was originated and is based on a true story. Anyway, it's just low-key ghetto. What the fuck kind of school is this? Bitch, this place sound haunted as a On orientation day, I kind of sort of met Mariella. Okay, so she's introducing somebody. We didn't have like a full-blown conversation, but since we were the only students who were interested in having the tour of the school, we made small comments to each other. During the week of school, we kind of gravitated towards one another since we knew of each other. The next week or two during lunch, an announcement was made by a security guard that we will have assigned seats for lunch the rest of the school year, but we can choose who we want to sit with, and it can only be 4 people per table. This is high school or middle school? Of course, Mariella and I decide to sit with each other, but I noticed a girl sitting far back of the lunchroom by herself. I remembered her name being Tamia because I had an assignment with her in one of my classes. I didn't want her sitting in the back of the lunchroom by herself for the rest of the school year, so I asked Mariella if it was cool if I invite Tamia to our table. Mariella said she was cool with that idea, so I made my way to Tamia and invited her to the table, and she accepted it. One day during lunch, Tamia starts telling us some profound shit that was going on in her family. Maria is comforting her, and I am too comforting her, and I'm kind of holding back from getting personal. Yeah, don't get too emotionally involved. A few minutes later, the sad phase is past, and she also tells us that she swings both ways. And I'm like, cool, I got another bisexual friend who's single. Maybe I can introduce y'all. But Tamia starts telling us about this girl she's talking to, and I'm like, never mind. So that's how I became friends with these friends. All right, so that's how you became friends with Mariella and Tamia. I really like the way you typed this, by the way. You put it all together very well, thank you. Later along the line of building this friendship, I noticed that I'm the odd one out, even though I practically made the friend group. I thought that this was because I have weak connections with them, and it's hard for me to open up and just speak on certain topics. I didn't talk a lot to them at school, and I didn't talk to them at all outside of school. Mariella and I were on the volleyball team together, and I still didn't talk much, but yet her relationship with Tamia was tight. And one day I thought, like, damn, am I really friends with them? Or am I just there for company or just to be there? And once I peeped that, I decided to be more open and bubbly. I was willing to change my personality to get closer to these bitches, and I'm glad that I failed at trying to be somebody else. Don't ever try to be nobody else. Everybody else is taken. You always remain yourself. I'm trying not to comment too much because I know that you need advice, so I'm waiting to the end to really say everything I want to say. Mariella and Tamia have somewhat of a weird friendship. They do shit that couples do. Hold hands while walking down the halls underneath each other 24/7. When they see each other, Mariella jumps up and then Tamia catches her. Like the shit that I see the couples at school do, they do it too. I find it weird because all three of us are well aware that Mariella has a boyfriend, and Tamia is talking to 3 different people of different genders, and they continue with this behavior. They show so much of this couple's relationship more than a friendly relationship and leave me out of shit that even my mama noticed and asked me if they were gay. There are many things Tamia and Mariel did that made me feel like I was left out of our friendship. There were a couple times where they would go to each other's houses without me. There were times when my school would go on field trips and 2 of them would go somewhere and I'm just by myself. There was a time where I asked Mariel if she would help me with my Spanish since she's Mexican. And she said that she's not a good teacher and she doesn't want to misteach me, but yet I'm seeing her write down phrases and vocabulary sentences for Tamia, who isn't interested in Spanish until I shared that I was learning Spanish. There was a time when they came to the school matching head to toe, and it wasn't even twin day without me. Recently, my school was letting us sign up for school field trips out of Chicago for 2 college tours. Since I'm always doing stuff last minute, I waited until the last day to sign up and almost missed the deadline. When I signed up, I could see all of the students who signed up. I see Mariella and Tamia's names together and I just chuckle. I find it funny how when I try to make them participate in stuff that concerns school and their future, it always comes up to a disagreement. And then they sign up for 2 college tours together without me, and they know that I take my education very seriously. What the hell were they trying to do? Leave me behind again? And here's what really told me to write you. Tamia got a new number and she exchanged numbers with everybody else but me. This right here is what made it very obvious that I'm not as close to these bitches as I thought I was. I try to avoid being around them and getting my feelings hurt, but like I said earlier, the school is underpopulated and I literally have all of my classes with them. But what's crazy is I randomly started watching story times about failed friendships and started questioning this one-sided friendship even more. I read something that said, if you got a question why you in a friendship or a relationship with somebody, maybe it's because you shouldn't be in that friendship or relationship. Am I all in my head, or does this quote need to be applied to my situation? How do I tell Tamia and Mariella how left out I feel? Do you think God is trying to remove them from my life so I can focus on him and more important things in my life? What do you think? Y'all sip this one for me real quick. Sweetheart, I'm sorry to break it to you, but those are not your friends. You stopped being part of that friend group a long time ago. There's nothing for you to say. These people have shown you time and time again that they don't fuck with you. They move without you. When they plan things, that means that they had to have conversations outside of you to do these things, like wearing matching outfits and shit like that. Like all of that stuff, planning to go on college tours, they're communicating with one another. She changed her number and didn't give it to you. She's made it very clear time and time again that she doesn't fuck with you. Mariella and Tamia do not fuck with you. And I understand that you set that up, but at the end of the day, you've been left out for quite some time. I feel like you should just kind of fall back from that one. Like, even though you kind of already have been falling back, I feel like there's nothing more that needs to be said. For you to even approach them and talk about it, you're late. You're late to the party, girl. They been stopped fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that because I'm pretty sure you saw my fake friend story time where I was, you know, forcing my presence to be there when they've shown me time and time again that they don't fuck with me. When they start doing things outside of you and stop including you and they start shutting you out and acting like they don't rock with you. Yeah. Now, I don't want to sit here and say that you forced them to get closer. Now, in the beginning, you said that you weren't really talking to them. You never hung with them outside of school. So maybe they were under the impression that you didn't fuck with them. That's the only possibility I could see, that maybe they thought like, you know, you don't really fuck with them on that level to chill with them. You don't see them as friends. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the moment you attempted to step out and be more bubbly and open up and stuff, they should have been like, okay, you know, they should have peeped that. But at the same time, you were trying to be somebody else. If you're not really a talkative person, if you're not somebody that's always in somebody's face, then you're just not that. From what it says, you are focused on your education. To be quite honest, you don't really have much time for friends. Okay? If you're going on college tours, this means that you're probably what, a junior? Maybe a senior, but really a junior, because you should already have your decision made by senior year if you're going the right route, and especially if you take your education very seriously. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, these people, don't worry about them. The real friends that you make are from college afterwards. So I wouldn't make it too big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? These people don't fuck with you. And you know what? Also, I want to mention, do not let anybody distract you from building a connection with God. That is one thing that you can always depend on, your connection with God. And when you're praying, I recommend you ask God to open your eyes, open your mind, open your ears, and open you up completely to receive the message that is being sent to you. But my question for you is, do you even really want to be friends with these people? Morally, it sounds like you guys don't align. It sounds like you're not the type of person that would flirt and entertain other people if you have a partner, and you're not the type of person who would be all buddy social all day long in everybody's face when you have school to focus on. So are these really somebody that you want to be friends with, or are they just somebody to keep around, somebody to talk to? And if that's the case, then you are dodging a bullet, because they sound like distractions and they sound like confusion. There's no way that both of them are in dealings with someone, especially one of them. They're in an active relationship right now and they're all feeling, holding hands, and some people may not see that as cheating, but in your eyes you see that as being disrespectful based off of what you said. So is that somebody that you would be around? Are these the type of people that you want to surround yourself with? You know what I'm saying? Like, these people don't fuck with you. They made it clear. Their morals and the actions that they take don't align with yours. They don't take education as seriously, and they're not even willing to help you when you're in need, i.e. you getting help with Spanish so that you can continue to excel and be a great student. You know what I'm saying? These are not friends. So you are being done a favor without realizing it. These people don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? They care about instant gratification, which is flirting and being in each other's faces and getting what they need to get from one another. But for all we know, they might not even fuck with each other in a couple months or a couple years. They might not even be cool. So it seemed like they already have experience with being disloyal. So it's only a matter of time before this disloyalty starts making its way and pointing itself in the direction of one another. So I wouldn't even sit here and, you know, make it a big deal. Trust me, honey, you're not missing anything. Right? You're not missing anything. Your real life begins when you go to college. You bust your ass. Do you hear me? You are not doing anything wrong. You are on the straight and narrow. You have your head on straight from what I read. Focus on your schooling. Get your shit together, because all of this high school, ooh, rah, 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 y'all might not even go to the same college, nor will y'all even be in communication with each other after all this. That shit don't matter, girl. I know it's underpopulated and it's nice to have people around and stuff like that, but you know what you need to do? And I don't want to sit here and say, choose the loner life, but just keep it cordial. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it cordial. Speak when spoken to. Don't break your neck trying to make yourself or your presence known with these people, because they could give a fuck less, you know? And my Lord Rose, I want y'all to chime in and say what you think as well, because, you know, this is what happens. And I'm going to be honest. You can't go wrong with putting yourself first. You just can't. So stay prayed up. Focus on your schooling. And friends will come. You know what I'm saying? Try joining clubs, you know, try talking to other people in your classroom. I'm pretty sure there's somebody in there, but it just hurts because those were the people you thought you were going to develop a friendship with. Those are the people that y'all was a group. Y'all sitting at the same lunch table for the rest of the year. Like, you have no choice but to see these bitches, but act like you don't see them. Act like you don't see them. If you can find a way, if you are allowed to walk around with your phone, if you're allowed to bump music in between the hallways and stuff like that, then do that and just focus on class and your lesson. It's gonna be hard, but this is what you gotta do. When you go to college, honey, that's when it gets really lit, and you're gonna have friends from all over the world. Okay, invest your time into things that you love, because right now you're supposed to be building yourself up for college. These colleges don't just want somebody that's going to class and coming home. These colleges want you to be doing extracurriculars. These colleges want you to be involved in other things. You literally have no time for them. So you need to be focusing more on being involved in extracurricular activities, clubs, and things like that. You can't be focused on them, to be honest. You can't. But yeah, that's all I have to say on that. You dodged a bullet, honey. You really did. Like, you really did. In my opinion, you dodged a bullet. Don't be worried about them people, girl. It gets better. Trust me. It may not look like it right now, but they're not worth your time. And my lawyer Royals, feel free to put your opinion down below as well. Like, what you think you should tell her, because this shit is crazy. I know we've all had situations where people was moving mad phony, mad weird, mad fade. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for even sending this in. Like I said, if y'all have advice that you need, relationship about anything, story times you want to share, tell me something, put it in my email at DearNickeisha@gmail.com, and I will answer it to my best ability. And the Lawyer Rose will also chime in and help you out as well. My queens and kings, you know what I want you to do, and that's what? Stay blessed and stay royal. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for enjoying the subscriber special, and make sure you finish your glass. Bye-bye.